Hey guys, today I'm doing a comic book shelf update. If you look around on my channel, about 1 year ago I did a comic book video where I showed off my shelf, and originally it was actually right there in this spot, but it has now moved and gotten way bigger. So we're going to go through the shelf, we'll talk about some things, what I've read, what I want to read, and what I want to get next for the shelf. Before we jump into the shelf tour, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's get straight into the tour. Alright, so the first thing we are going to look at is my Funko Pop shelves. I have 4 rows of Funko Pops. So if we look at the top here, you can actually see I have a full row of Spider-Man Funkos. These ones are obviously from the PlayStation games that came out recently. Also this dude here. And we've got the symbiote one and this classic Spider-Man from inspired from the original comic book. I love this shelf because Spider-Man is my favorite character, and as you can see, gotta pay some tribute to him. So if we move down to the next row, we have the Avengers right here. Well, 3 of the Avengers. We got Cap, Hulk, and Iron Man. Then we've got Spidey. We got Shadow and Sonic with their little things. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called KO or Chow. I am a bit of a fraud when I come to Sonic the Hedgehog. I only know a little bit from the comic books I have, and I played the very old game, so I'm not too familiar with these guys. Then we move along, we've got Darth Vader and Superior Spider-Man. I've kind of went with a comic book sort of vibe with this one. Obviously, Darth Vader is primarily known as a movie character, but there is books with him in. And these guys sort of have a comic book kind of design, so I just put these guys on this shelf. And that's why there's kind of a mixed match of things, because this one is comic, these guys comic, yeah. So yeah, this is just a bit of a random shelf, but we'll move down next to what I call the movie shelf, where we have Endgame Captain America. He is wielding Mjolnir right there, as you can see, with his broken shield. Pretty cool Funko Pop. Then we got Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes. I believe this is the Thunderbolt version of him. As you can see, he's got the vibranium arm if you look quite closely there. Moving along, we've got 2 Iron Man Funkos, where we've got Mark 5 and the Mark 85, where he's wielding the Infinity Stones. Pretty cool in my opinion. So we have the coolest trio of all time, my favourite Spider-Man iteration by Andrew Garfield right there. His suit looks amazing, I love this suit. I am actually torn between the Brand New Day suit and the TASM 2 suit, but next up we have David Cornsweat's Superman. He looks awesome. I love David Cornsweat's Superman, that movie was amazing, and I am very excited for Supergirl and Superman 2. And then of course we've got Batman, played by Robert Pattinson. Very awesome. Then we got Thanos right here, just chilling in the corner. This is my movie shelf because all of these Funkos are based off of their movie version of the character. So now we've actually came to pretty much the near bottom. There's some underneath, where we've got the Fantastic Four shelf. So we've got Galactus right here, Silver Surfer, The Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, with Franklin Richards, just chilling right there. We got Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom, all looking awesome in their little row on their shelf. And then if we move down by 1, we've got a couple of Funkos with no boxes. This is a Deadpool, he is playing bowling. We've got Infinity War Captain America, just a regular comic book Spider-Man, just leaping. Then we've got the black suit Spider-Man in this really cool collector's case. It has a comic book page behind them. We've also got Wolverine right here, looking pretty cool. And whilst we're down here, we may as well take a look at my books. So these are the first books we'll be taking a look at. Oh, I just realised I'm missing one of my books. That is upstairs, but please excuse that. So we've got the Dune collection. There are the 6 books here, plus the 2 FNAF books. I am missing the first one. I got these guys pretty cheap, so, you can't really complain. But that is not really my main set of books, which we'll move on to right now. Okay, so this is my trade paperback plus singles shelf. I've tried to order them in publisher order plus alphabetical. So if we can just get the angle right, it starts out with A, Avengers Twilight, Absolute Carnage, goes all the way up until I believe it's W. Yep. And then we move on to DC, and then we've got some Image and IDW for Sonic. So yeah, so this is my Marvel section, my biggest section by far, which I do expect to grow my DC a lot more with some books, which we'll get into later on. So let's just take a look at what we have. So here we have a couple of books. We've got Avengers Twilight, Absolute Carnage, and Avengers vs. X-Men. I have read this one and this one. I haven't read this one just yet. Then we've got Books of Doom, Civil War. We've got Books of Doom and Civil War. I have read Civil War and I've started reading Books of Doom, but I kind of dropped it for a little bit. My fault. And then we have the Holy Grail. We've got 4 Daredevil books right here. We've got The Man Without Fear, Born Again, The Red Fist Saga, and Guardian Devil. I have read this one, and I haven't read any of the other ones. They will be read soon, but I really did enjoy this one right here, The Man Without Fear. That was really good. We got some Deadpool right here. Pretty mid. I don't like Deadpool that much. I hate this book right here. I don't know if that's a bad opinion, but Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, I think is utter trash. We got Fantastic Four. Pretty good book right there. That's the origin, or like the first appearance of Galactus right here, as you can see. There he is, just coming in down to Earth, you know, being a bit naughty. We got House of M, which is made an appearance in my last comic book tour over a year ago. And now we'll try to rush through some of these. We've got Infinity War. Not Infinity War, sorry. We've got Infinity. Haven't read this one yet. We've got Secret War. I have read. Spider-Man, I was going to say yellow. Spider-Man Blue in the yellow print here, which really annoys me because it's Spider-Man Blue. As you can see, the text is blue right there. Read that one. Really good book right here. We've got Life Story. Very good. We've got Spider-Verse. Haven't read this one just yet. We've got a Spider-Gwen Omni, even though it's not an Omni, which I haven't read, which I will be reading probably soon. Kraven's Last Hunt. Oh my god, this book was great. I love this one. We've got Dark Web, which I kind of just picked up because this was when I didn't really know which ones to look for, or I didn't really know what to get, so I just kind of bought whatever said Spider-Man. Same with Gang War right here, and I know this is by Zeb Wells, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if Dark Web is by Zeb Wells, does it say? Yep, it's by Zeb Wells. Okay, so this basically means these two right here are trash, don't read them. We've got this Thor book, which I need to start reading. Immortal Hulk. This is apparently an omnibus. It clearly isn't, but you know. We'll just go by what it says. This one I'm really excited to read. Then we've got my 3 Ultimate Spider-Man, the new Ultimate Spider-Man. Read all 3. Pretty decent. Then we've got Weapon X, which is basically Wolverine's origin. I've read this one. Very good. Old Man Logan. Also read this. Also very good. Batman Year One. We're moving on to DC now. This book, very good. Haven't read Nightfall yet. Just got this one. Kingdom Come. I've had this one for a while. I need to read this one. Secret Origin. I've read this one. Very good. And then we've got the 2 Transformer books. I know there's 4. I've only got 2. I've read the first one, and I loved it. This was probably one of my favourite books I've read so far. Oh, look at Prime. Look how good he looks. He looks awesome, man. But yeah, I'm really excited to read Volume 2. I've only just finished reading Volume 1. We've got the 3 Sonic books in here, Volumes 1 to 3. Read all of them. Pretty good. But I haven't read these ones yet. I've got a couple of singles. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm trying to show you this issue 500 of JMS's Amazing Spider-Man. How peak is that, guys? That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we are moving on to the Omni shelf. This is my prized possession shelf. We've also got 2 Funkos here. We'll get into it. So if I believe correctly, when I recorded my last shelf update, I only had these 3 Omnis, if I'm remembering that correctly. So if I'm mistaken, then, you know, my fault, but it probably doesn't matter too much. So we'll go through what we've got. We've got Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Death of Ultimate Spider-Man right here. I know Volume 5 has came out now. I'm not sure if I should get it because I didn't really enjoy these 2 right here. I didn't really enjoy Death. I didn't enjoy Volume 4. But Volume 3, 2, and 1, I don't know why I did it backwards. They are amazing. These I recommend to everyone. You know, you get the origin right here. It's set in like an Elseworld, so you don't need to know too much. You get his origin, and you get some pretty cool stories along the way. I really enjoy it, so if you ever have the opportunity to get Ultimate Spider-Man, I recommend. But we'll move on. We've got Superior Spider-Man right here, Volume 1. I think there's a Volume 2. I'm gonna be honest, not the biggest fan of Superior Spider-Man. I don't really get the hype behind it. It was kind of cool, but the highlight of it for me was when Peter Parker came back. Spoilers, sorry. But yeah. Then, right here, we have Volume 2 of JMS's run and Brand New Day. I obviously bought this one for the movie, and Volume 2 leads straight into Brand New Day. And the reason why I do not have Volume 1 is because it's out of print as of current. So whenever that comes back into print, or if I can get a copy for cheap, then hopefully I get it to fill out, because that is the one I really want, because Volume 2 is a bit meh, but I know Volume 1 is great. It has some great stories from the modern times. Then we'll move on to this Daredevil book. So I recently just picked this up. It actually came like probably a week ago from recording this. This is Chip Zdarsky's run. You know, The Woman Without Fear is in this one. Pretty peak stuff. I haven't read it yet because it's only just came, and I'm reading other stuff right now. Alright, so we've got one Batman Omni, or one DC Omni, sorry, and it's Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This collects Haunted Knight, Dark Victory, Catwoman in Rome, Long Halloween, and other side stories they've also wrote, sorry. And I've read The Long Halloween. My friend gave me the copy for it, the trade. So I bought this because I want to read all of Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale's books because they are great. They are great. So here we actually have compendiums. And, you know, they don't belong on the omnibus shelf, but I don't have anywhere else to put them. So we've got the 3 Invincible compendiums. I'm kind of not reading them. I do have a bookmark in there, but I'm not reading these properly. I'm reading them along with the show. So once an episode comes out, I will watch the episode and then I will read it in the book. I don't really know why I do. I just think it's just more enjoyable. I don't want to get like spoiled crazy, even though I kind of know most things that happen, but may as well do it like this. I think it's fun. And then of course we've got Mark and Nolan right here, chilling with their books. So yeah, that is currently the shelf. I will quickly zoom out, get a good shot of this. So here it is in all of its glory. Okay, so I am going to do now what I've read recently, what I'm reading currently, and then what I'm reading next. Let's start with the first book I've read recently, which is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 3, Family Business. This is the Jonathan Hickman run for Ultimate Spider-Man and the New Ultimate Universe, and this covers issue 13 through 18. And yeah, I'm gonna say the first 2 volumes was really good, and then this one is meh. I'm a bit like kind of bored of Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not sure if it gets better or if it gets worse. I'm pretty sure it's ended now, which is a bit of a shame. I don't really keep up with the singles or anything, but yeah, I read this one. It was alright, and I'll probably pick up volume 4. I'm not sure if it's out yet or not, but we'll see. Okay, continuing on with Spider-Man, I've also recently read Spider-Man Blue by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Oh my god, this book was so good. I mean, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale are some of the greatest to ever do it in comic books. I mean, just look at how cool that is. Look at how cool the art is, man. You know, I really like it because it reminds me of some of the classic comic books for Spider-Man. And I really like his design back then, with the thick black eyes. But yeah, man, this was a really great read. I love this. It's basically Peter Parker and his love for Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane, and how he's dealing with the loss of good old Gwen. Slight spoiler, and it's like a side story. It's not like canon or anything, I don't think. It's just like a little story they did. I think, at least. Don't quote me on that. I'm sorry if that's spoilers. Okay, and then after that one, I'm pretty sure I read Batman Year One by Frank Miller, I believe. Yep. And David Mazzucchelli, I think I said his name right there. I mean, this book was great. I mean, it's a bit overrated, I'm not gonna lie. It was still good, definitely overrated. So yeah, but it's basically Batman's origin. Or, yeah, like his first kind of appearance in Gotham City. And this is probably my favourite panel right there. That is just cool. Batman is just aura all around, so yeah. I think I mentioned this one earlier, but I've also recently read Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers run, Volume 1 only. and I have never read a Daniel Warren Johnson book. I gotta say, man, this was one of the greatest reads I've ever had. I mean, every moment of this book was just great. Oh, look at this page right here. Beautiful, beautiful work. Yeah, that one was really good. I can't wait to read volume 2. And then the last thing I've read recently is also another Frank Miller book. It is Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. And this is basically Daredevil's origin. And it also introduces Elektra and Foggy. And I mean, this one was good. This one made me love Daredevil even more. I already loved him from the TV show. And Daredevil Born Again was... Season 1 was a bit eh. Season 2 so far has been really good. But this book, I mean, it is phenomenal, really. Look at the Kingpin. I forget about this. You get introduced to the Kingpin as well. He is awesome. He is awesome. Yeah, that is all the books I've read recently. So now I want to move on to what I'm currently reading right now. There's only 2 books for this section, so it'll be a little bit shorter. We'll start off with a bit of a different book. It's not a comic book. It is a sci-fi book. We are currently reading Dune, Book 1, written by Frank Herbert. I've read about 5 pages. I started it last night as of recording. And yeah, so far it's been pretty interesting. I like the Doom movies. I've only recently watched Doom Part 2 because, well, I have a bad history with Doom Part 2. I watched a really bad copy and I didn't like it. I rewatched it recently because it went onto Amazon Prime and I loved it. It was really good. So yeah, and I thought I may as well get all the books because they're only doing 3 movies and I don't know why they're stopping there. I guess it's kind of hard to tell the story. But yeah, I got all these books. I got the 6 as I shown earlier. And yeah, I'm very excited to continue reading this book here. The next book I'm currently reading, I'm about almost halfway through, as you can see. It is The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2 by JMS. This is where some of the most controversial moments for Spider-Man happen. We got A Brand New Day following on from this book, which means One More Day happens right at the end. And if you know about that one, then you know how controversial it is. But we've also got some of the greatest moments, like Back in Black. I know that's a great story. There's also The Other storyline, and I only started reading this book recently because I read the first few issues, and then I kind of stopped reading it for a bit. And then once the Brand New Day trailer dropped for the new movie this year, I started reading this book again because I heard that The Other storyline is being adapted and I wanted to read it first, so that's in this book as well. And so far it's been a bit meh. The story is good, it's just the art in this book, because it isn't John Romita Jr. like all throughout, the artists change quite frequently and I don't enjoy some of their artwork. I think Mike Deodato, I think that's how you say his name. His art is really good. I really like his art, but some of the other people in this, I'm not really enjoying it, which is making it kind of a slow read through. But I'll get this one done soon, hopefully. That is all the books I've been reading recently. So the next section of this video will be the to be read section. We'll start out real quick with Books of Doom. It's basically Doom's origin and why he's so bad, and I read like 1 issue when I first got the book and then I didn't read anymore, but I actually did enjoy the first issue. I kind of got this book around the time Fantastic Four was coming out, so it was a little while ago. I'm not sure why I didn't finish the book because I really did enjoy the first issue of this. It was very, very cool. But yeah, that is on the to be read list. I'll probably get that done as soon as I finish with Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2. Okay, so the next book on the to be read list is Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers Volume 2. I am in love with this series. I need to start reading this one. I'm really, really tempted to start reading it like now, but I'm going to wait until I finish my other Omni, since I may as well get that one done and dusted before I read some Peak. But yeah, I'm very excited to read that. And we've also got on the list Daredevil Born Again. I sort of know the story for this one. It's a bit of a shame that I got spoiled a little bit for this one, but Frank Miller also wrote this one. Very, very excited to read it. But that is not all for the to be read section, because I have 2 massive books to be read. So we'll continue on from Daredevil, and I will read Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, Volume 1 here, because I'm in a bit of a Daredevil mood recently because of the Born Again series, and I really am enjoying it. So yeah, I bought the Omni. We're going to get this one read as soon as we finish Born Again. And the final book I will be reading in this section is Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. These stories are kind of placed into like his year 2, I think, and it introduces Robin, of course. I think this one is Dick Grayson. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this one is a fat book, as you can see. Look at that. That is beautiful. But yeah, that is on the next thing to read. And yeah, I think that will do for this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like of course, and feel free to let me know on your thoughts on my shelf. I also want to apologise if the audio is weird. I'm recording on my camera only. I don't know how good the audio is going to sound, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!